Pleased to give the last moment here of this panel discussion to Justin Samgar, the verteller, and he actually will summarize and try to express what we have said here today.
Thank you.
Justin, it's all yours.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you again. Happy to be here. As a poet, I often work with questions that don't have one clear answer. And as scientists and researchers, you often work with answers that start from one clear question. But poetry and science, they share the same impulse: curiosity, precision, the courage to look closer. And both search for patterns hidden in chaos, both translate observation into understanding. And the difference is only in language. Science explains, poetry reveals. Science measures, poetry feels. One defines truth, and the other makes truth felt. And somewhere in between those two, we find the human voice. The voice that connects data to dignity, discovery to empathy, and that's where this piece begins, the position of science. Science stands at a crossroads, not silent but loud in its load. Questions echo, sharp and clear. Who do we trust? What do we hold dear? How do we hold the line when doubt is designed and truth is redefined? Sold as a product, wrapped in profit, marketed as fog in our breath, as poison in rivers, as stains of forever in children's flesh. Regulation was born to protect. A pound had to weigh a pound. A word had to weigh the truth. But now the scales tilt, the balance is bent. Some corporations hire science to serve as their ends. They can create whispers. Doubt is our product. And in that smoke, millions choke. From tobacco to talc, from diesel to dust, from chemicals that never rust, to climate denial masked as trust. The playbook repeats, the lies persist. But listen, science is not their weapon, it is our lantern. Not an axe for the powerful, but a light for the people. A light that must not only react, but anticipate. To see danger before it detonates. To catch the crack before it breaks. To build systems that sense to protect in advance. Before the worker falls, before the river runs red, before diseases spread like words unsaid. Prevention is not enough. We need foresight. From the worker who communicates to the employer who listens. From the researcher who investigates to the society that acts as a coalition, protecting the future in a joint vision. Justice demands recognition. For the sick kept unseen, for the pain silenced clean, for the bodies broken by labor denied belief, their struggle is not invisible. Their story must be audible, their truth undeniable. Science is the thread, fragile yet strong, between harm and hope, right and wrong, between data and dignity, between the weight of history and the promise of tomorrow's song. Science belongs to all of us. Not as a servant to industry, not as an ornament of politics, but as a compass in the storm. Integrity, non-negotiable. Openness, unshakable. Inclusivity, unbreakable. Trust, irreplaceable. And yet we know, inside the house of science, the pressure grows. Metrics rise, egos climb, results polish till they shine too bright. But truth is not a number. Truth breeds in humility. Truth survives transparency. Truth thrives when it serves humanity. And so today, we honor those who carried the flame through the smoke. Lex Burdorf, who showed how work and health move in both directions. Who asked how policy can protect the vulnerable, how evidence can become action. Heederik, who stood at the front lines of occupational health and policy, who turned exposure into acknowledgement, recognition of disease by a toxicant. Hans Kromhout, who mapped invisible hazards of workplaces and environments, gave us tools to measure the immeasurable, an undeniable outspoken voice, urgent and just, reliable. We thank you for vision, for vigilance, for voice, for bridges between science and society, between exposure and protection. You proved integrity is not theory. Integrity is action. Integrity is legacy. And to the new generation, the crossroads are yours. The storm is loud, but the path is clear. Carry the lantern, guard the flame, be rigorous, be relevant, honor the name. Do not confuse silence with neutrality. Do not let doubt be bought and sold. Defend science as a public good, as a common trust, as a promise to every worker, every community, every child not yet born. Science is not for sale. Science is a covenant. Science is a voice. And that voice must remain human. Thank you.